Hey there, how's it going? Welcome to Biology 4520, also known as Aquarium Husbandry. I hope you're ready to dive into some fishy fun. Just a heads up, there are a few changes from last year that you should know about. When you log into Canvas, the first thing you'll notice is the announcements section, followed by the syllabus. Let's kick things off by checking out some of those announcements, shall we? Hey there, aquarium enthusiasts. Let's plunge into the fantastic realm of aquariums. Down at the bottom of your screen, there's a treasure chest of guides waiting for you. I know, you might have seen them before, but believe me, they deserve another peek. Whether you're crafting a stunning marine display or a charming freshwater habitat, these guides are your trusty sidekicks. Thinking about welcoming some fish into your life? This section is like your aquatic fairy godmother, ready to sprinkle some wisdom on how to introduce your new scaly pals without making waves. We've got the scoop on managing those finicky fish and keeping pesky diseases at bay. And let's not overlook the resources. There are care sheets for a whole bunch of fish species, so you can become the ultimate fish parent. Seriously, there's a wealth of information to dive into, and I've made sure to keep these treasures close at hand for you. So, gear up to make a splash in your aquarium journey. So about those tank signups. They're going to kick off at the end of the first week, or maybe just at the start of the second week of classes. So, if you're sitting there wondering why you haven't heard anything yet, don't panic. I promise you'll get the scoop soon. I'll be sending out some mass emails, and eventually, someone will reach out to you personally and say, "Hey there, I'm your lab coordinator." Just think of it as a surprise party, but instead of cake, you get lab assignments. So internships, huh? You might remember this from your Biology 2000 class, but I thought I'd sprinkle it in again for you all. If you're itching for an internship, just click on this handy link right here. Seriously, you should all be aiming for at least one internship at this level. I mean, who wouldn't want to beef up their resume? Now, don't forget to check out our department's internship policies and procedures. It's like the fine print of the internship world. Read it, fill out an application, and you're golden. You can even wait until you snag that internship before sending in your application. Now, let's talk about the juicy part, the internships themselves. I've got a list of recommendations for you. First up, we have the American Zoological and Aquarium Association, or AZA for short. If you peek over here at their jobs section, you'll find a treasure trove of job offerings. The AZA is like the VIP club for zoos and aquariums, accrediting all the big players in the game. So, any job posted at an AZA-accredited zoo or aquarium, you'll find it right here. So, get out there, explore those internships, and remember, the world of zoos and aquariums is waiting for you. So, we're talking about all sorts of jobs and internships, right? You name it, veterinarians, zookeepers, you got it. And guess what? You can filter these by location. Let's take a peek at Toledo, shall we? Here we go. An aquarium curator position. This was Jay Hemdahl's gig before he decided to hang up his hat and retire. So, if you're feeling adventurous and want to step into his shoes, this could be your chance. There's a detailed position summary and application info, so make sure to check it out. Seriously, this is a fantastic resource you all should dive into. All right, folks, let's dive into some fantastic recommendations. If you're itching to do some shark research, I've got just the places for you. First up, the Columbus Zoo and Aquariums, absolutely top-notch. And don't forget the Coral Restoration Foundation. We've sent a bunch of people there. Next on the list is the Dolphin Research Center, which is a real gem. And if you're in the Cleveland area, the Greater Cleveland Aquarium is worth a visit. Oh, and let's not overlook IMMS, the Institute for Marine Mammal Studies, right next to the Gulf Coast Research Lab in Mississippi. They're doing some great work there. Then we have Mote Marine Lab in Florida, which is another fantastic option. Over on this side, we've got the National Marine Mammal Foundation. Definitely check them out. If you're in Cincinnati, the Newport Aquarium is a must-see. And for those in North Carolina, the North Carolina aquariums are excellent. Fun fact, I actually worked at one of those after I graduated with my bachelor's. I was at the one on Roanoke Island in the Outer Banks. We send a lot of folks to the North Carolina aquariums, so you know they're good. Shed Aquarium in Chicago is also a solid choice. And if you're looking for something local, Stone Lab on Put-in Bay is just a hop away. It's freshwater, but it's a great spot. Now, let's talk about the Student Conservation Association. We send tons of people there. They have hundreds of internships available. Just create an account, pick your top choices, and they'll try to match you up. It's a fantastic opportunity. And last but not least, the Toledo Zoo is another great option. Oh, and we can't forget the U.S. Navy Marine Mammal Program. We've had quite a few people find success there. So, there you have it. Plenty of options to explore. Happy researching. So, we've covered your internships, those glorious rites of passage where you learn that coffee runs are a legitimate job description. Now, let's dive into the next batch of announcements. So, let's dive into the world of marine biology careers. You might remember some of this from Biology 2000, but here's a handy link for you all. The AZA, always a great resource. Now, if you flip through the Occupational Outlook Handbook, it's like a treasure map for zoologists and wildlife biologists. Want to be a cytologist? A herpetologist? Or how about an ichthyologist? Maybe even a tethologist who studies cephalopods? How cool would that be? And don't worry, it's not just about the fun names. This handbook gives you the scoop on how to become one of these awesome professionals, what the pay looks like, and the job outlook. Seriously, no matter what your major is, you should definitely check out this Occupational Outlook Handbook. Oh, and you've probably seen this before, but Sea Grant has a fantastic career guide to marine biology. It's like a GPS for your future in the ocean. All right, let's keep swimming. All right, folks, gather round. We're diving into the exciting world of lab coordinators. Now, let me tell you, these positions are like the Avengers of the Marine Lab. Each one has a superpower that keeps our underwater kingdom running smoothly. First up, we have the head coordinator, the captain of our ship, steering us through the academic year. Then we have our large systems guru, the coral research wizard, and the outreach champion, because who doesn't love a good coral story? And let's not forget our quarantine specialist, the guardian of our aquatic friends. Now, as we move into the semester coordinators, it's like assembling the Justice League. We've got tables 1, 2, and 3, our trusty sidekicks for opening, closing, and managing the stockroom. Each role is crucial, like the perfect recipe for a marine lab stew. So, let's roll up our sleeves and get ready to fill these positions. Remember, teamwork makes the dream work, and together, we'll keep our labs swimming along just fine. So, I've got something straight from the Marine Lab Handbook that I'm sure you've all seen before. It's about the assistant coordinator positions. Now, let's say you've been assigned to the cleaning crew. You might be thinking, what on earth do I do for cleaning? Well, fear not. Right here, we have a handy description to guide you through it. But here's the kicker. Someone from the team will reach out to you. The head coordinator for that task will get in touch and say, "Hey there, here's the game plan. We need to get organized." And trust me, they'll keep you on track. So, that's the scoop on the announcement. Let's dive in and get ready to clean up the marine lab like pros. Now, let's talk about me. Here are my office hours. If you want to reach out, the best way is to schedule a meeting using this handy link right here. Clicking that will take you to my calendar where you can see when I'm free. Let's say you want to meet at 1:30. Just fill in your details, and voila, you'll have a meeting scheduled with me. Easy peasy, right? Let's make it happen. So, when it's time for your meeting, just pop in using the Zoom link. Or, if you're feeling old school, give me a ring. Now, if you're trying to track me down, I'm hanging out in room 115, 229, or the Marine Lab. The easiest way to reach me? You guessed it, email or group me. Or you can schedule a meeting using this nifty link. And speaking of grades, let's dive into the letter grades and course descriptions, shall we? Buckle up, it's going to be a wild ride. All right, folks, before we dive into the fun stuff, let's talk prerequisites. You really need to tackle Biology 3700 before jumping into this class. Trust me, it's like trying to bake a cake without knowing how to crack an egg. And hey, if you haven't checked out the handbook yet, do yourself a favor and give it a read. It's got all the juicy details you'll need. Now, let's get to the good stuff. Your course overview. Welcome to the Aquarium Care Extravaganza. Here's the deal. You'll be diving into this adventure 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Your mission? Feed those aquatic buddies and keep track of everything like a pro. Now, each aquarium has its own unique needs, so you'll be the superhero they didn't know they needed. Whether it's feeding the fish, changing the water, or testing the quality. Yes, that means you'll be the water quality detective. Don't forget about filter maintenance. Those filters are like the unsung heroes of the aquarium world. And let's not forget about vitamins. Many of our finned friends need a little extra boost, so make sure to administer those. If you're adding trace elements or testing salinity, you better believe that's on your to-do list too. And remember, keep those records as if you're writing the next great novel of aquarium care. So gear up, keep it fun, and let's make sure our underwater pals are living their best lives. Gather around because we've got some exciting group jobs coming up. We have the critically important task of maintaining our bleach bucket system. Think of it as the superhero of disease prevention. It's like the Batmobile, but for germs. So, get ready to roll up your sleeves because you'll be assigned some lab duties. We like to call them lab duties. Sounds fancy, right? Just remember, it's all in a day's work to keep our lab running smoothly. Welcome to the wild world of service learning. Now, what does that mean? Well, it's like being a superhero for your community. And guess what? You can even add it to your resume. So, let's break it down. This course is all about reaching out to the community. We have visitors coming to our marine lab. And yes, we give them tours. But don't worry, you're not required to be a tour guide. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, involves maintaining our aquariums and keeping the lab spick and span. Why? Because we have little explorers wandering through, and we need the lab to shine like a diamond. So, roll up your sleeves and get ready to make a splash in the community while keeping everything tidy. All right, folks, buckle up because here come your learning outcomes. And yes, I promise they're more exciting than watching paint dry. Now, let's dive into the course content. It's all laid out for you, so feel free to peruse it at your leisure. Just remember, reading it is like eating your vegetables. Good for you. But you might need a little motivation. So grab a snack, get comfy, and let's make this learning journey as fun as a roller coaster ride. All right, folks, if you're aiming for that glorious credit hour, brace yourselves for a lab commitment of 45 hours. Yes, you heard it right. 45 hours per credit hour this semester. That is college policy. I didn't come up with that number. Now, don't panic. I know you will probably spend a little less time than in the lab. You'll be assigned to your very own aquarium. So keep your eyes peeled for an email coming your way in the next week or two. It's like waiting for a fish to bite. But trust me, it'll be worth it. All right, folks, let's dive into the thrilling world of instructional activities and evaluations. Now, I know you could read all about that in your spare time. Who doesn't love a good manual, right? But let's skip to the juicy part. Assignments. Yes, those delightful little nuggets of joy that we all look forward to. They're like surprise parties, except instead of cake, you get a hefty dose of deadlines and a side of stress. So, buckle up, because we're about to embark on an assignment adventure that's sure to be as entertaining as watching paint dry. Let's go? Now, before we dive into the wonders of life, let's talk about the paperwork. Yes, I know, the excitement is palpable. Every semester, as you embark on your lab adventures, you'll need to fill out the risk assessment form. Think of it as your ticket to ride the roller coaster of science. And don't forget the liability waiver, because who doesn't love a good disclaimer? So, grab your pens and get ready to sign away your rights, because these forms are your new best friends. Let's make this semester unforgettable, one signature at a time. These tasks are like that one-time chore you keep putting off. Just get them done. Most of you probably tackled this in Biology 2000, right? If not, hop to it. You need to complete the IACUC training course, and trust me, it's a bit of a time sink. That's why I had you do it in Biology 2000. Now, this is urgent. If you've got your certificate, fantastic. Upload it right here for me. Every semester, I'll need you to drop something in this spot. If you don't have the certificate, no worries. Just let me know you took it in, say, Biology 2000 or 3700 last fall, or maybe spring of 2024, whenever you did it. Just give me a heads up so I can track it down if needed. Easy peasy. All right, folks, time to dive into the marine list. Yes, you heard me right. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, I've already done this. If you filled out the entrance survey before, just give me a nod and say, yep, did it last year. Easy peasy, right? But remember, you've got to post something on there too. So, let's get those fingers typing and make a splash in the marine community. Who's ready to make waves? So, here's the deal. If you click on lab duties, once we figure out who the coordinators are, their names will pop up right here. We'll have a head coordinator, and then there'll be a cleaning and sanitation coordinator, along with a couple of trusty sidekicks to help out. We'll sort you into those groups, and the coordinator will reach out to you with a friendly, "Hey there, you're in this group. and then we'll plan a little meet-up in the lab to kick things off. So that's the scoop. Let's get ready to roll. And there you have it, folks. That's the grand finale of our session. If you have any burning questions, feel free to shoot me an email or, better yet, schedule a Zoom appointment. I promise I won't bite. Have an amazing semester ahead, and I can't wait to see all your bright, smiling faces soon.